have plenty myself where yours keep me held accountable. Like your drill sergeant ways with work keeps me in line and making sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Whereas sometimes I may not like it.
Here, because I'm sure people are asking, right? But who wears the pants in the relationship? So here's a funny little spin that we'll throw in here because I'm sure people are asking, right? But who wears the pants in the relationship?
I think it depends on the day. or I should say Ben's idea. Sometimes, very rare, I do have to pull him back into reality and be like, hold up, buddy. But every now and then he's got some really great ideas and stuff. And I just help him run with it and bring it into fruition, if you will, with the task managing and details of it. But I think that's kind of hard because I think I would say, it is kind of true. It depends on the day. However, in our marriage, obviously, what is going to honor you and how am I going to make sure that, I don't know how to say this without making it sound like I'm like putting myself to the side, but it's not like, how am I honoring and respecting you in our businesses? And how am I carrying that into the house? I don't ever want to come in where you feel like I'm stepping on your toes or running over your ideas or whatever, just because I may or may not agree. Learning to agree to disagree has definitely been a challenge for both of us sometimes, especially in the beginning. We both came in like bulls. Like when we were like, we're both going to be self-employed. We both like had this whole like dream world that it was going to be. And like you had your idea and I had my idea. Nobody communicated those ideas. And it was a disaster. I think we like softly despised each other.
We should have thrown blows.
For a couple of months trying to get into it because I just was not like you. This is another thing that your strength and I'm not in this area. And it's staying on task for the most part and staying dedicated to your routine. Like me, I'm like, oh, it's 5 a.m. and I'm supposed to be doing this, but this coffee is so nice. And I'm just going to sit here and listen to the birds chirp. Where you're like, 5 a.m. I got to do my workout. This. That's how you are. Where I'm like, not so much a morning person, but that's where your strengths come in and play on my weaknesses because it keeps me on task because I'm being held accountable. Whether you're saying it out loud, your actions are showing me. And it's like, dang, Lisa, you better get out of this bed before he comes back from the gym or he's going to be like, what'd you do? Yeah. So that's where your strength and stuff come into play. Cause I feel like we've talked a lot about my strengths and your weaknesses, but trust me, I have plenty myself where yours keep me held accountable. Like your drill sergeant ways with work keeps me in line and making sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Whereas sometimes I may not like it. I still have to do it.
Yeah, that's good. And a big part of that equation too is understanding each other's personalities, right? But also understanding the role that they need us to be at times, right? Because obviously I am somewhat of a driver, right? I'm like,
not somewhat.
Go.
Right.
Because we need to reach certain goal in projection for our greater vision, right? If those personalities were not in place, then, all these different tasks and disciplines get pushed to the back burner and you accomplish nothing, right? Sure. And then you go broke and you lose your house.
Right.
Theoretically, right?
Right.
But what I've had to learn too in this season of growth for both of us is that she doesn't always need me to be a coach, right? Like I'm so big on motivation and growth. And I think that I have the best ideas and strategies on how to fix certain things, but realizing that she doesn't need a coach, she needs a cheerleader, right? So that's been the biggest hurdle in my progression, being the man and the husband that I am called to be, is to learn how to take off that hat, right, of being husband, provider, coach, right? And just saying, you know what, she just needs a cheerleader right now. How can I support her and love her through it instead of trying to fix the problem or the situation? Maybe I just need to listen.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because he definitely has drill sergeant disciplinary leadership mentality. And he is a driver, not somewhat. He is 100% a driver. And he's so goal oriented and such a visionary that sometimes I have to slow you down. And like, hey, it's okay to breathe today. It's okay to slow down, you know? But at the same time, that's where you're like, hey, we've been sitting down a long time. It's time to get up and do something, you know? And of course, I don't mean literally sitting down. I just mean our break, right? But anyhow, that's where you and I do play off each other's strengths and weaknesses, where I do tend to slow down and enjoy the little things and laugh a little bit more. We vibe off of each other on that one. And we, take the lead when we see it's necessary with each other, respectfully.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. And I would say there are some seasons where you have tended to try to take the wheel and tell me what you think is best with good intentions behind it. But it comes across wrong because I'm big on love languages. Like I'm better with your words than I am your drilling. So, or your whatever, your listening ear, your comfort, your words of affirmation, whatever the case may be for that situation. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah.